Hey everybody, and welcome back to Emerald Coast. We made it to day 12, late autumn, and we're here on field 2, putting down some winter wheat, and we are just about out of wheat. Go ahead and head on into our the farm. See about picking up some more. All right, go ahead and continue on down this way. Been working since our last video. Obviously we finished our field prep of this field. Remember, this field was in quite a mess, where we attempted to get as much done as we could within a very limited time period. Soybeans in this field, did not manage to get it all plowed up, nor did we manage to get it all planted by any stretch of the imagination. So for the summer and early autumn, this field was in pretty bad shapes. Pretty bad. It's had outer edges of the field were planted, and then the whole interior of the field, there was a section that needed plowed from last year's harvest, and then the rest of the field was in a plowed state and just sat there. So we went ahead and plowed the whole field through, and then came through and fertilized everything, and then cultivated the whole field. So now we are in a nice even state with the field. I think it's even. I was worried that if we didn't plow the whole field through, then maybe we would have some problems with overall soil consistencies when we came through and cultivated. That's what we went ahead and did. We've been taking care of our animals and everything, and are looking forward to winter, which is literally right around the corner. We're gonna go up here, and I've got a truck full of seed. A little unorthodox, but I've got a truck bed full of seed up here. Didn't know how long it was going to take for us to get this field seeded, and if the seed place was going to be open or not by the time we finally got around to getting the seed, or needing seed for the planter here. So I went ahead and had them put a whole load in the bed, covered it up and everything, and I brought it up here and put it up here under roof, just in case. Plus, it keeps the birds away. Didn't see it. So we're going to come over here and fill it up with our bobcat. Thoroughly clean the bucket out so that we don't have any manure action going on in there. Last time we used that bucket. Truck. Good. Throw this down. Let's go ahead. Truck bed here. And like I said, we got a bobcat here. Scoop load. More than we'll be able to put in cedar. Alright, looks like that load there. Good. All right, let's head on back. You may notice we've got duals on the tractor. We put those on in an effort to reduce our soil compaction. But I fear the soil is just a little bit too damp, a little bit too moist to completely eliminate any compaction whatsoever. So we're going to have a little bit of compaction going on here. Planting of this field. But dual wheels will help spread that weight out, but it was just a little bit too damp. We did have 2 good days of rain here in the last 3 days. 3 days ago it rained nearly all day, and I think it may have stopped raining around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we had clear skies the next day up until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. We had a little shower come through, good soaker, probably rained for 3 or 4 hours, and it stopped. Then yesterday it was clear skies yesterday, but it's 2 days of rain. Did put a lot of moisture into the ground. We're still dealing with. I do think that we are compacting it down a little bit, but hopefully that won't eat into our yield too much come late spring, early summer. If we look at the forecast, since we're talking about weather here, let's take a look at that forecast. We can now look all the way into about 2/3 of the way through winter here. See, our lows are 40s for our evening low temperatures. Put this one gate closed. Need to get in here. The highs are in the 50s for our winter temps. We're going to be able to plant our poplar without any difficulty whatsoever here in the next little bit. Also, looks like we're going to have plenty of clear skies to do some more field work. We still need to cultivate up fields 9, 18, and 19, and something in those fields for our winter crop. Thinking that we're going to maybe double down on wheat this year, and just put wheat in all 4 of these fields, fields 2, 9, 18, and 19, with the plan to follow up with corn next summer. Those fields. That's what's interesting about the geo here on Emerald Coast. It's typically in the wintertime, no planting going on. Typically you plant in the autumn and spring, as far as your wheat, canola, and barley and everything. But with this geo, we're able to plant all winter long. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. You can see, starting late summer, we can plant wheat, barley, and canola. Continue planting all the way through autumn and winter and spring. So in essence, we have 3 full seasons of planting duration for barley, wheat, or canola. But we do have a very narrow, compared to planting, very narrow harvest season of just summertime and early autumn. So we're hoping that we can get our wheat off here in early summer and turn around and get corn in those fields early summer next year. Be cool. If we don't get corn in there, we'll definitely put soybeans in there. But that also means that we have forever. We can plant anytime during the year. poplar, and we can harvest anytime during the year poplar. So whenever it is convenient, we're going to be able to show you guys the tire deformation going. We've got, of course, our air pressures down on our tires, trying to minimize our compaction and everything. And just look at that tire squashing. You definitely see the rears squeezing together back there and everything. Now, that's one thing that I have not seen in any of the Farm Sim 19 videos so far, is any type of tire formation. All the tires on the tractors that I have seen in any of the videos have been hard as a rock. If they are solid rubber, don't give one bit. Hoping that is component of a feature or function they just have not fully implemented and activated, because seeing the tires squash and everything and bounce around like that, that's pretty cool. I do hope that they manage to get that incorporated in time. They're running the for-real ground response, as well as tire dirt and crop destruction. And of course, we've got compaction mod in, which deflates the tires to some degree. So I think what we're going to do for winter, I've been thinking about what kind of videos we're going to have during the winter season. Been talking about putting poplar in the ground for a while. Definitely going to do that. We're going to have, we're going to be doing some forestry, so probably have a video on that. And we're going to continue planting, like I said, field 9, 18, and 19. So we'll probably have a video where we do that. But I am looking for suggestions to as what we're going to put in the channel as far as on the Emerald Coast series. And I have to say, this is one of the first times that I think I've done. But I'm opening up suggestions to you all as to kind of work do you want to see done here and in video format on Emerald Coast. In order to make a suggestion, head on over to my Discord. There's a link in the description for that, and post in the appropriate channel. See on the channels list there is a Emerald Coast suggestions channel. Go ahead and post a suggestion there as to what you'd like to see. There's no guarantee that a suggestion will be done. A video will be made of the suggestion, but every suggestion will be considered. And at some point, you may find your idea incorporated within the series. But now, don't be discouraged if you make a suggestion and the next few videos that come out don't have anything to do with it. You try to record these ahead of time to some degree. Some leeway with respect to when these videos do come out. So maybe 3 or 4 or 5 videos ahead of a suggestion. But if I do use a suggestion, I will try to respond back and let you know when that idea will come to the channel. you can definitely check it out. But yeah, please go over to my Discord and put a suggestion in on what you'd like to see as a video, or kind of the premise or the background of a video that you'd like to see here on Emerald Coast. I'm going to skip a lane. I found that this combination, it's easier to make a 2-lane turn than a 1-lane turn. I'll skip a lane here. When we get here to the end, I'm going to skip a lane and come back, which is then going to leave 2 lanes unseated, at which time I'm going to come back and pick up the lane here on the right that we're skipping, and then when I get to the end here, I'm going to turn left and pick up the lane that we're going to skip here on the left. Then that will out that series of up and down passes. So I don't know if it's actually faster, but this feels like the tractor wants to turn better. I just skip. You know, what kind of, how do you all plant this stuff? Use a seeder like this, just make up and down passes, skip rows. If I wasn't doing a video on this, I would probably do 3 or 4 headlands on either side of the field. Probably 4 on the north side of the field and 4 on the south side of the field. Then I would set up GPS to auto turn. And I would probably tell it to auto turn 10 or so meters off of the edge of the field, and it would probably skip 1 or 2 rows, and then I would basically come back around and start GPS on a row that it skipped auto turn, and again having it fill in. And if it skipped 2 rows, I'd basically do that for 3 times and done with it while I was off doing something else. You've got course play also do it, but I'm just curious on if you were to you seed the field manually, what kind of methods do you all would you all use for something like this Amazon seeder that's just a 3-point hitch job? I'm also looking for suggestions on larger but still period equipment. Remember, we're looking for equipment that would have been in use in the 80s and 90s here in the US. So for some larger farm equipment we can make use of here on the coast. Cedar is cool and all, but when we start buying fields like 1, 6, 11, 20, you know, this cedar is going to get fairly time consuming to get seed in the ground on those bigger fields. I'm going to be looking for a little bit bigger equipment. But I do want to stick with the kind of the time period that we're talking about here. So let me know if you all have any ideas or suggestions or know of any mods fit that time period. Of course, links are probably not going to work so well in chat. Feel free to shoot me a message over on Discord. Have in the Discord server got a channel for mod links, so you can throw it on in there. So let me know it's a suggestion for a period mod for Emerald Coast. I'll go take a look at it. hope you all are liking recorded series here. And I also hope you all are liking the new Homestead series multiplayer that I started up on Maplewood. It's Lancy Boy's new map. The premise of that series was basically we would start with $300,000 in cash, and that's all we had. Didn't own anything. We had a house we could move into. The house had a bit of a yard set aside for us to use to put stuff in, and then we had to buy our farm equipment, and we had to buy our fields. Limit to the number of fields that we had to buy or could buy, just keeping that $300,000 in mind. I picked up 3 fairly nice sized fields, and of course we had to clear those fields of trees. Not a whole bunch of trees, but just enough to make you have to clear them out of the way before you did your farming. Then we had to plow up the ground. The only thing that was there, those fields, was giant scrap. Got the field plowed. We were able to rock and roll the rest of our field work and planting. But let me know how you like this series over there. Also, how are you liking South Mountain Creamery? That live stream series kind of took place of Emerald Coast when we moved Emerald Coast into recorded format. A little curious how you all are enjoying that series. Kind of made it into a closed multiplayer series with some folks that I know through Discord and through other methods. Simply, it's closed because we're playing on a customized version of the map I did, and I just don't want to put it out there. Just worried that get put in the mod links somewhere, and I don't want to be distributing an unauthorized copy of the map or anything. Just made the tweaks for the series, not in any way make the tweaks for the purpose of distributing it beyond use. So, curious how you like that series, everything. What do you think about the tweaks that we made? So we added Graze mod, water trough add-on. We had the dairy factory to the series, so we had something to do with the milk we're getting off of our dairy cows, and the finished goods from that dairy we then bring back to the creamery for resale to the customers. That was an idea. I think we're going to cut it short tonight. Got a few more passes here to do. We're going to do the headlands up and down to button up the field. As you can see, nearly done getting her planted, and you can see there the pink from the compaction, or putting a little bit of compaction into the ground. That is because if here still have a fairly high ground moisture, 45%. I suspect if that was lower, 30% range or the 30s, then we probably wouldn't be compacting the ground so bad. Probably be getting away with a 0 compaction. The air let out of them. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. You know you like the series, and let me know in the comments how you're liking this series overall. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. That would be super awesome, cool. Do map videos, although I have to say Kind of thinking about winding down the map videos for Farm Sim 17. Been some good maps come out late, but there's been a whole lot of not so good maps come out late. And yeah, I'm just kind of wanting to focus on playing at this point, so don't be surprised if there aren't too many more map videos coming out. Or big maps that come out, then I'll definitely do a video on it, but like I said, I'm not planning on hanging that up. I do plan on cutting back the number of map videos you do. Let's play videos on this series, on this map, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we're doing live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night on South Mountain Creamery. And as long as there's work to do, we'll do Maplewood videos on streams on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Till next time, guys, happy farming.